Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to show you how to plant purple love grass, but more importantly, I'm going to show you how to weed it. This is purple love grass, and until it makes seed heads, here's a seed head right here, this entire thing will have like a dome of purple in a month or so, which will turn a little bit brown later on. But until the seed heads start forming, this just looks like any other grass. Weeding purple love grass can be a little bit difficult in order to get a pure stand like this, and I'll go over that stuff in a little bit. First, let's get the area up here planted, and then we'll come back and talk about weeding. To plant the grass, all we need is a rake, vermiculite, which we have right here, the seed, and something to mix the seed and the vermiculite in. Alright, this should do. It's been a long time since I planted purple love grass, so I can't remember offhand how big the seeds are. And as I thought, they are very, very tiny. Very tiny seeds like this are difficult to plant. You usually need an extender, which is what the vermiculite is for. But even with an extender, the seeds may just go right to the bottom of the extender. So I don't know. I may just mix half of the seeds with the extender and try to tap out the rest, because I have plenty of seed. This, I believe it's a ½ ounce, yeah. I have a ½ ounce of seed, which is about 1 million seeds with these tiny little seeds. So I think I'll do that. I'll mix half with the extender and then go around and tap with the other half. Just take my bag and walk around and tap it. And I think between the two, I'll get real nice even coverage. I don't know. This fine vermiculite may just do the trick. Alright, I'll probably mix in more than half. We'll see how it does. Yeah, it's always real problematic planting these tiny little seeds like this. I'll show you what they look like. I mean, that's probably 1,000 seeds right there. And I still have a ton left. Yeah, I'm trying to see if after I mix it up, I have little piles of seed on the bottom, and it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I may mix most of this in, but I do want to retain some of the seeds for hand scattering it, just to be sure. I would hate to have all of the grass growing in one tiny little spot. Geez, that's a lot of seeds. The more the merrier, though. Once this stuff all comes up, the strongest will survive. And I should have a nice patch of purple love grass by next year, or by the end of this year. I don't know if these are going to get the purple part this year. I believe they will. All right, I probably have a zillion seeds in there, so that should do it for the seed. We'll put a little bit more of the vermiculite extender in there. And mix it up one more time. And we'll go get this planted. I gotta prep the ground first. And that's where the rake comes in. Okay, now for the ground prep. All I'm gonna do is gently rake the area that I want to plant. Gently rake it just to make a rough surface so that the seeds will drop into that. Then I'll go back over it and gently rake it again. And then I'll go back and forth and step it in. That should be all it takes. Eventually, I transplanted these here last year. Oh, I should get some seed in right here and right here as well. These died from transplanting, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4 that lived. I'll put a little seed here as well, but eventually this entire row is going to be purple love grass. All right. Yeah, I'll use some of my seeds that are not mixed with the extender to plant that stuff and then go over this area with the rest. I just need a walking area right here for the espalier trees, and this is going to go away next year. So any seeds that this drops this year, and there's going to be 1 million of them, will wind up being weeds for the purple love grass next year, and I'll tell you how to get rid of them in just a minute. Okay, I got the ground scratched up. I only went maybe a 1/2 inch deep, a little deeper here and there, but that should do it just fine. These are real tiny seeds, and they may prefer to be right on the surface, but it doesn't matter. Some of them are going to go a full 1/2 inch deep. Some of them will be right on the surface. In the end, we probably only need maybe 30 plants here out of, 10,000 seeds or whatever the heck is there. I'll have to look that up and see how many seeds per 1/2 ounce like that. I know it's going to be pretty amazing. So now all I need to do is go back and forth and take as many passes as I can and get the seed as evenly distributed as I can. Then, like I said, I want to rake it lightly and step it in. And like I said, I'm going to make several passes and try to get these seeds as evenly dispersed as possible. Luckily, I can toss the seeds, and the vermiculite all the way to the other side, so I don't have to walk on this until the very end. Purple love grass is very salt tolerant, and it likes sandy, gravelly soil like this. I've never tried it in clay or a more fertile soil, I'm gonna have to do that sometime and see how it does. There's clay underneath this, but I don't know if the roots get to that or not. It'll be interesting to experiment with that. All right, now I'm going to go to the other side and spread some seed from that side as well. Then we'll go plant the areas on the other side of the hollyhocks. And then we'll toss the rest of the seeds here. All I'm doing is breaking a hole in the mulch, finding a bunch of ants, and we'll drop some seeds in there. Wow, this mulch is really deep in some places. Hopefully my seedlings will get some light, but that remains to be seen. May actually help them. It's been pretty droughty this year, and may keep them cool as they're sprouting. Yeah, I could get seed from the plants I already have growing, but it's really hard to collect tiny seed like this. And purple lovegrass is a tumbleweed, so by the time the seed's ready, a lot of the seed heads break off and tumble away. So it's a lot easier to just buy it. I think this big bag of seed costed about $6. Yeah, everybody's deciding to cut their grass all at the same time. Just gonna tamp these down a little bit. Can't even see some of them. Sorry, ants. And that'll do it for these. Now I'm gonna give it just a little bit of water, and that'll be it. Then we'll talk about how to weed this stuff. I almost forgot to sprinkle the last of these seeds. Now these very last seeds are going to be right on the surface or fall into a tiny crack. So if that helps it germinate, yeah, that's why you have to mix this stuff with something. That was a good amount of seed. Well, not compared to the entire bag, but that was still, you know, probably a couple thousand seeds. And I'm sure that there's areas with maybe 200 seeds all within a tiny little spot, but doesn't matter, got plenty of seed. Okay, now for a quick lesson on weeding. Right now, I could spray 2,4-D on this, and 2,4-D is going to kill anything that's broadleaf. This is a hollyhock, and we're going to have tons of hollyhocks for years. There's another spray that kills weedy grasses like this, but I believe it kills purple lovegrass as well, so you can't spray that. You have to hand yank any weedy grasses. You could tell this is not purple lovegrass. Purple lovegrass has like a fuzzy stem, and then the stem goes out, and then it has a leaf going this way, leaf going that way. It's kind of hard to tell when the plants are small. So what you can do is, see, now that is probably purple lovegrass right there. this one right here. Same thing with this one. So I'm just going to leave those alone. And once they get bigger, if they grow the purple fuzz, then they're purple lovegrass. If they don't, then they get yanked. And that's basically the only thing you can do with weedy grasses. After a while, you're not going to get any weedy grasses anymore. This has been here for about 3 years, but I've had weedy grasses growing up in this area. Now that this entire area is going to be purple lovegrass, it'll be fairly easy to get rid of the weeds. Yeah, like all of this stuff, I'm not really sure, so I'll just let it go. But anything growing flat on the ground like this is a weed. I'll just yank this one anyways. So that's basically what you do. The first year I planted this, I had a lot of foxtail growing here. So foxtail will just go straight up, and you can tell foxtail from a mile away. I would just walk by here and yank it out. And eventually the foxtail just went away. And now, every once in a while, I'll spray this with 2,4-D. It could probably use it right now, but I can actually just get in here and pull these broadleaf weeds. So I'm not going to spray it right now. All right, here we go right here. Anything tall like this, oh, let me see. That could be purple lovegrass, but I don't think it is. I'll wait till that starts getting a seed head, and if it's anything but the purple like this, I'll yank it out. And most grasses don't have anything near like this, so it's real easy to tell. And before I forget, purple lovegrass is a warm season grass, so in cooler weather it becomes completely dormant. So early spring and later fall, at that time anything growing in here can be killed with glyphosate. You don't have to worry about it killing the purple lovegrass at all. So that's another method of weed control with this, and it's a pretty darn good one because you can get rid of any perennial grasses that are growing amongst it. Yeah, looking pretty good though. So now that I'm growing pure purple lovegrass in a patch all the way along the road like this, it's going to be a lot easier to weed, and I'll show you that in future videos. But from the explanation that I just gave you, you should be able to get it yourself. Anything that has broadleaf is a weed, and as far as the grasses go, sometimes you'll have to wait until they make a seed head to determine if they're a weed or not. Sometimes you'll be able to tell right away. Like this right here, when they grow flat to the ground like that, it's almost always a weed. They grow like that so that they can escape mowing, or in nature it's actually browsing, animal browsing, and that's a weed. And those are weeds. So it takes a bit of manual labor, but this is just drop dead gorgeous in a couple of weeks. And I'll give you an update on this. I think I show this pretty much every year when it's in full bloom because it's just gorgeous. And the thing is, it grows in gravel and doesn't mind salt, so it's the perfect grass for along a gravel road like this. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of updates on this, so make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.